Immigration is considered a huge issue in modern Britain. People don't see the truth behind the hardship of moving to a foreign country because of the negativity and lies told by the media. Immigrants are stereotyped, and immigration is represented as a bad thing to the British public. The word immigration has turned into an insulting word to say. We want to talk about what immigrants go through, but in their own words. We interviewed 3 students who moved into the north of England in childhood to find their experience and how they feel about their move to the UK, to an entirely different culture to what they were raised in. Tell me a little about the journey moving from Congo to the UK.
Yeah, it was difficult, you know what I mean? It took us 2 days from Congo. 1 day. It's basically 2 days.
Yeah.
Because we go on plane from Congo to Kenya, and then Kenya to Belgium, and then the UK. So it's a bit difficult, you know. And the weather too, you know, coming from place where the days is always sunny, and then place where it's always cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. How long have you been in the UK? How long have you lived in the UK?
Been in UK, it's been 8 years now. Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
Okay. How is it different in the UK compared to your home country?
Yeah, Congo, everything is different.
Okay.
Yeah, people, weather, the culture is also different. Yeah.
And what are like the positive you see living in the UK?
Well, the positive will be sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, like football. A lot of people in the UK love playing sport. Yeah. Yeah, and drinking tea. Do that question.
And what are the positive of like living in the UK?
People are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also love football. You know, I'm also a football fan. Yeah, I love football too. Yeah.
Is education good here? Like, is it different there? Education?
The education here is good. It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are, like uni, college, high school, primary, they're all free. Yeah, so it's good, and the teacher, good.
What negatives do you see living in the UK?
The negative are, obviously, the first one would be the weather. Yeah, it's always cold, rainy.
Yeah.
The sky is always grey compared to Congo. It's always sunny, the sky is always blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there anything you miss about your home country?
The thing I miss about my country is people there, especially my friends. I also miss, the food, everything. I eat some of them at home, my mom's food.
Yeah.
I miss the food. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite thing about the UK lifestyle?
The favorite thing about the UK lifestyle is that all your
Friend?
Yeah, have video games, Wi-Fi at home, they can chat together, play sport.
Okay.
Food.
Do you wish you had stayed in your home country, Congo?
It's not like I had a choice. you're young, if you're young, you don't have a choice. You don't listen to your parents. I go where my parents go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I cannot, it's not like moving to the UK, I'm not going to say, no, I'm not staying in Congo. I'm young, I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to phone my parents. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me a little about your journey moving from like Zimbabwe to the UK. Too much, I can know.
So it was quite unexpected because you just used to having a life there, and I was at a boarding school as well, so I thought I was going to do my O levels there, and then just out of the blue they just tell you, oh, we're going to move. And then it was a bit scary because first 3 months I had to just sit at home, didn't go to school, high school or anything. And so it was a bit, and change of environment as well. Weather's like totally different because it's a bit warm and here it's like really cold. So
How long have you lived in the UK?
I'd say for like 2.5 years.
How is it different, like living in the UK compared to your hometown? You already said something about the weather. What else could you add?
People. The people are different, you're used to having, I feel like in Zimbabwe it's more of like a community, whereas people here, they do different things. It's like everyone's just minding their own business. For example, when I started high school, it was like a month before, exams started. So, you don't really know anything, but they're just like, we're going to put you in year 11, you have to write the exams. I sat next to this boy, like the whole almost 1.5 months I was there for, didn't even say hi. Whereas when you're in Zimbabwe, you can develop like friendships, relationships like easily, but not really here. And everything's just different, education systems, stuff like that, so.
Okay, I see. Alright, what do you think, like, what are the positives of like living in the UK? What are your positives?
The sky's the limit. So, basically you have like I don't know, you just have the ground to do whatever you want to do. You have if you have the, drive, the ambition, dedication, you can do anything you want. There's like many opportunities compared to Zimbabwe, like, education system-wise, more like technology that's advanced in equipment. So I feel like that's the, positive part about it. And, for example, if I was in Zimbabwe right now, I wouldn't be working because right now I have a job. I have like a part-time job. You wouldn't be able to get a job because there's like, high rate of unemployment, stuff like that. Whereas here, you can work. You're still young, but you can get money and stuff like that.
I see. Give me one negative thing living in the UK.
To be honest, it's just, I don't really know. Like the values, we have different values and stuff like that. Like, in Africa, it's just different to here. And I don't know, it's a bit kind of depressing in a way because, home is where your heart belongs. So,
Is there anything you miss about your home country?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I miss the people, I miss my friends, the food. Like, that's different as well. You feel the difference as well, so, yeah.
Favorite thing about like living in the UK?
Well, that's a hard question, but I don't know.
I've got multiple.
What?
Multiple favorite things.
Not really.
No.
Not really. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's okay. It's not that hard because, compared to Zimbabwe, you have to pay for your education. Like since primary, kindergarten, anything like that, you have to pay. But here it's like, it's just funded, Right now I'm in college. If I was in Zimbabwe, I was at a boarding school, like I told you, I'd be worrying, like, oh, I'm gonna, pay school fees, I'm gonna have to buy things, tuck and stuff like that, whereas it's a bit easier here.
Last question. Do you wish you had stayed in your home country?
Honestly, it's a 50-50. Yes and no. Why? Because the economic state in Zimbabwe is like really bad right now, so it's not a place that you want to be in at the moment, because people are just trying to get out of it to, go see greener pastures and stuff like that, because, the government, stuff like that, it's a bit hard right now. So, yeah. But besides the social, and friends, family part, I'd rather be here because, like I say, there's like many opportunities and stuff like that. It's not that bad. So.
Tell me a little bit about the journey moving from Congo to the UK. What was the journey like, the experience?
So when I was born in Congo,
Yeah.
war started, and we had to move to Burundi, which is a neighboring country to Congo,
Yeah.
in East Africa. Yeah, and that's where I lived the majority of my life, and it was in a refugee camp. And this refugee, that's basically where I spent basically most of my life. Spent there 11 years.
Yeah.
And then I moved to UK when I was like 11. And I started attending year 7. When I started attending year 7, I barely spoke any English, and it took me a couple of years to adapt.
How long have you stayed in the UK?
So this year is going to turn 8, so we've been here for 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, turning 8 this year.
How is it different in the UK compared to your home country?
My home country, so I'd say Burundi. That's where I'm going to base my answer, because that's where I spent most of my life. Burundi, we lived in a refugee camp, and here we just live in a town with everyone else. Where I lived, it was mainly Congolese refugees that lived there, because it was a refugee camp.
Was everyone close compared to here? Cause
Yeah, everyone was close because, yes, it's a community. It's just one big area of everyone that's from the same country. Whereas UK, it's diverse. We've got people from all over the world. Yeah. And the main difference is the weather as well, and the education opportunities.
what are the positives of life living in the UK?
As I just said, the opportunities for education. Here, the education offers you a wide variety of jobs. You can go to school, study anything you want, as long as you've got grades for it, and you can open all sorts of jobs to you.
And what are the negative? What would you give one negative thing?
I'd say the discrimination and
The weather as well.
The weather as well.
Yeah. The weather's different.
Yeah, because where I grew up, there was no discrimination because all of us were just Congolese.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, everyone's different, and some people might think they're superior to others. That's the negatives. And that might affect your day-to-day life, but personally, it hasn't affected mine.
Was it a big change for you, as in the weather from like when it's sunny from there and then here it's cold? And
yeah, it was a very big change. It felt like I'm moving to a different world.
Yeah.
Compared to the world I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
Just moving to a new country. Yeah. I had to learn new languages. I had to learn to socialize with different people. Yeah.
Is there anything you miss about your home country?
So I moved there when I was 11, so most of my life, my childhood I spent in Burundi, and life there was, I was very carefree there. All I had to do was go to school, and school would start like at 8, finish at like 12, so you had the whole day to yourself, and it was very simple. And the safety there was, because you knew everyone, it's like a community raising you.
Yeah.
So yeah, life there was very simple, and you could just explore the whole area without being worried, and your parents being worried, because everyone knew each other. And it was safe there.
Well, okay. One favourite thing like living in the UK lifestyle?
One thing I like about the UK, I like the aspect of sports.
Yeah.
Sports is very accessible here. You can go into any field you like as long as you're good. I like football, I like basketball and boxing. That's the main sports I like. And yeah, that's what I like about the UK lifestyle.
Do you wish you had stayed in your home country?
No, because currently there's war going on in Congo, and even if I've stayed there. I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad that this country has given many opportunities to help people back home that are suffering in the war.
Yeah.
Because if I had stayed there, I'll be the one getting helped.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I was given this opportunity to be the one that's helping.
Okay, that's all. Thank you for coming.